Hello everyone, today in Sangee's Cookery we're going to see how to prepare a garlic idli podi or the pooned idli milagai podi. This is a classic recipe which is made by most of the South Indians and it is a perfect combination with idlis and dosas. This particular recipe is prepared with dals, chilies and other spices along with the flavorful garlic. But if you're a garlic lover, you will definitely like this flavor. But if you do not like garlic, you can always omit the garlic and prepare with the remaining ingredients. Even if you don't have time to prepare sambar or chutney, just with this idli podi, you can have a proper dinner. So before we go into the procedure as to how to prepare this recipe, if you're watching my channel for the first time, I would request you all to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon for further interesting recipes. I've taken half cup of urad dal. For a half cup of urad dal, quarter cup of chana dal, 11 to 12 red chilies according to your spice levels, 1 tablespoon of til, you can use either white til or black til, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds or dhania, 1 tablespoon of jeera, rock salt, around 12 to 15 garlic, 1 small bunch of curry leaves, solid hing. I've taken around 1 small turkey berry size, or you can even use half teaspoon of powdered hing, and gingery oil required for frying. Now once the pan gets heated up, I'm adding half a teaspoon of gingery oil. Gingery oil gives you a very good flavor. First we're going to fry the urad dal. You need to fry this until it becomes a nice golden brown color. Few people even use the black urad dal. It is actually with the skin. So it actually has a lot of health benefits. So you can use that as well. Only thing that the color of the idli pudi will be slightly dark in color. Now you can see that the urad dal is turning into a brown color. I'm just going to transfer this to a plate. In the same pan, I'm adding a teaspoon of oil. I'm adding quarter cup of the chana dal. When you're frying the chana dal itself, I'm going to add the chilies. Along with the normal red chilies, I've also added the Badgi red chilies. This is basically for the color. I'm also adding the solid hing. So I'm just going to transfer this to a plate. So I'm transferring the white til and we're going to roast it. I'm not going to add any oil. Once you hear the spluttering of the til seeds, you can switch off the gas and transfer this to the same plate. So I'm going to transfer the jeera and the dhania, and I'm also going to roast this. Once you see the roasted effect of the dhania or the coriander seeds and also the spluttering of the jeera, we can transfer this to the same plate. Now in the same pan, I'm going to add the washed curry leaf and we're going to dry roast this. We're going to dry roast this for a few seconds until the curry leaves turn crisp. Now you can see that the curry leaves has been nicely roasted. There's absolutely no moisture. At this stage, I'm just going to transfer this to the same plate. So finally, I'm adding the main ingredient, which is the garlic. I have actually crushed it and I've added so that it can be easily fried. So keep the flame on medium and keep frying the garlic until it becomes crisp. So adding the quantity of garlic can be increased if you like the flavor of garlic more. And even curry leaves, the more you add, it gives you a very good flavor. It's been about 5 to 6 minutes. You can see that the garlic has got nicely fried. I've been frying it in somewhere between low to medium flame. You can see a nice roasted effect of the garlic. At this stage, I'll just transfer it to the plate. Finally, I'm also frying some rock salt. It is not frying, it is just in the heat of the pan. You can just, I've just switched off the gas and I'm just frying it for a few seconds and I'll be transferring this to the plate. Basically, they say that frying of the rock salt helps in the longer shelf life of the powder. So that is the reason I'm just doing it. This is usually done by my grandmother. So I'm trying to follow the same thing. Finally, transferring the salt as well. I have all the ingredients which is ready. So I'm just going to allow it to cool for a few minutes and then I'm going to powder it coarsely. Now that is not very coarsely. At the same time, it is not going to be a fine powder. So it will be in a texture where the idli podi, normal idli podi is usually ground. Now you can see that I have actually coarsely powdered the garlic idli podi. So this is the texture. You can check for salt at this stage and adjust accordingly. I'm getting a very nice aroma of this idli podi, which has got a fragrance of garlic, curry leaves, and till. And absolutely, you can buy all these things from outside, but nothing like making at home. And believe me, if you're going to make it in the exact proportion as I've said, you will definitely love it. So I hope you'll all try out this recipe, and if you like it, please share it with your friends and relatives. Have a nice day.